On today's video, I'll take another quick look at Townstar. It was one of my long-term favourites, but to be honest, it was a disaster. We look at the chart here. So when they first launched Townstar, 28th of October last year, 2021, came on the market at 18 cents per town coin, shot up hugely, along with all of the hype and excitement with their NFT gaming. All the other NFT gaming companies also escalated in price and reached the high of over $2 there. Now, since that, there has been a big correction in the NFT market. The volumes in NFTs have dropped considerably just across the board. I'm not talking about Townstar specifically there, and Townstar gets caught with that. Now, Townstar itself, as a game, I still think is a fun little game. Here you go. Here's my current game in the competition. I just got under 7 hours to go on this game. I'm growing lots and lots of grapes, and I'm selling those grapes, and that's giving me money to play in the game and so on. Now, Townstar itself has not proven to be as popular as it could be just yet. If I go to the actual leaderboard here, this is the competition server. If we go to the bottom 10, you can see there's currently 8,435 players registered in this competition server. Now, they're actually giving away, I think it's something like $400,000 worth of tokens to the leaders on the leaderboard. I think you need to be in the top 1,000 and it gets distributed evenly to the top 1,000, something like that. But these are still very, very small numbers, 8,500 people playing this game. And so I think the potential is still there, but they clearly need to make the game better. If it was really addictive play, then those numbers would go up automatically. Now, if you've not actually played Townstar, you can go and register at gogala.co.uk, register for free and play Townstar. Like I said, during May, they have May Mayhem. They are giving away huge amounts of money in prizes, which you can convert back to real money. So do check that out. Now, what I'm suggesting here, what we've had since December, so for the last 5-6 months, the price has come down and down and down. And essentially what that means, they've been selling, and that's what takes the price down. Now, if we look at the last month, we can see that the price again was coming down, went back up at the start of May. There was the enthusiasm for the May Mayhem. That pushed the price up from 0.06 of a dollar, so 6 cents, up to about 10 cents. So that was a very, very healthy rise there if you happen to trade that one. Very difficult to catch these because you never know where the bottom is, you never know where the top is. And then the excitement wore off again because they thought, May Mayhem doesn't appear to be doing much at all, actually. But what Gala Games are now about to introduce through their website is Town Crush. And with Town Crush, if I just take you to the Gala website, so on the games section here in Gala Games, we can see Town Crush. It's not yet playable. That is due to be playable later today at 4 p.m. PST. So we're getting very close for the game to actually start there. And that's why I think speculatively, and this really is speculative, if Town Crush, which is it's very similar to Candy Crush, and if you know the statistics on Candy Crush, 250 million users play it more than once a month, continues to add levels of the game for returning players. Candy Crush generated $1.19 billion in 2020, making it the third highest grossing mobile game outside China. Candy Crush is absolutely huge. Well, the guys at Gala Games know that. There are lots of people who try to do the equivalents of Candy Crush, but I'm not aware of any yet that do this within the blockchain. So Town Crush could be that blockbuster game that Gala Games are looking for. And if that's the case, then what you'll find when you go to the store here, if we go to, and we're looking at Townstar, we can see, actually I need to go back, newest arrivals, let's go popularity. Let's remove the Townstar and look for stars. Here we go, bag of stars, Town Crush. Yes, this is not in Townstar, this is in Town Crush. But you still buy this using Town Coins. You need 645 Town Coin to purchase one of these bag of stars. They've got 500,000 in total. They've sold less than 1,000. They've got 499,000 still available, and these give you 25,000 Town Crush stars. Now, I don't actually know what that is at this point. But clearly they're gearing this up to say, well, look, if people want to buy this now, 645 town coin at today's price, so 645 town coin times by 0.0378 of a dollar, we're talking a $24 purchase. Now this really does bring it into the realms of, hey, this is the sort of money that people spend on games. And Town Crush, we've just seen the stats for Candy Crush. 1.19 billion was spent in that game, or generated that amount of money in 2020. So if, and this is a big if, but if Town Crush becomes really popular, people can buy these stars. They'll be able to buy all sorts of things as NFTs within the game, which does have huge advantages. I'm still firmly believing in gaming NFTs where you own the gameplay. You don't just pay money for the gameplay and then lose your money. You actually purchase NFTs, which you can then go and sell on the open markets. You can play the game Town Crush, give yourself those upgrades, spend $25, get those upgrades, enjoy the game a little bit more, and then once you're bored with the game, you can go and sell those upgrades you've got back on the open markets. And if Town Crush gains in popularity, as similar to Candy Crush, this could be a massive winner. So what does that mean? If we go back and look at the chart, what I also wanted to say here, actually, the selling pressure appears to have stopped. Essentially on this chart, it's almost always down. Wherever you look on this chart, there's the occasional uplift, some big buyers, some big whales coming in, but essentially the overall trend is down, except for the last couple of weeks here, where actually the trend has reversed. It's starting to pick up. Now, what we can also point out on this, the market capitalization of all the coins available in Townstar available at the moment is just $10 million. Now, I say just, that's still a pretty big market cap if you treat it against traditional companies, but we're not talking traditional companies here. We're talking NFT gaming. Gala Games, one of the gaming companies at the forefront of NFTs and the technology. And so market cap of just $10 million at that price. It really does suggest that there is a big upside. Remember, Candy Crush revenue in 2020 was $1.19 billion. And the total market cap of all the coins in circulation for Townstar at the moment, which would be your tokens that you would use to purchase the NFTs in the game, adds up to only $10 million market cap. So this, I think, could be a very interesting play. I don't think we're going to see it back up to the $2, but at the current price of, let's say, 4 cents, I think it could easily get back up to 40 cents, which is around about here. And you can see that that is not, it's spent plenty of time above 40 cents earlier on, and that was based purely on hype. So if Town Crush goes really well, that's the thing you've got to watch for. If Town Crush goes really well, it starts to get lots of game players, and we can see all the metrics on that as well. So if you go and buy some Town Coin and you decide, actually, Town Crush, it's not working, and again, I would always say if you're buying anything in terms of an investment, and this isn't investment advice, this is just some simple mechanics, as it were. Whenever you buy, make an investment, you should always know where you're going to get out before you get in. So for instance, I would say if I'm going to come in at Townstar, I would always set let's say a 20% stop loss. So I see what the price is when I enter. If it drops 20%, I will be out, no matter what. The market doesn't care about you. You've got to make that decision, and you make that decision in the cold light of day before you get into your particular investment. So then you know where you can get out. So if, for instance, there would be people who were buying this at almost $2, and if they didn't have a strategy to get out, they've basically lost all their money. Whereas if you said, well, at 20% I'm going to be out, then I'm going to wait and see where it goes, see how the games go, see how the games develop, then that's a good strategy. So yeah, I've not held Town Coin in volume for quite some time now, but I think we might be just about seeing that uplift here. We've got a classic wedge shape here. It's either going to go up or down from this point. That might sound like a crazy statement because it's always going up or down, but on a traditional trading technical analysis, when you get this wedge shape, then it's going to break out at some point, and I think that breakout is more than 50% chance going to be on the upside. And if that's the case, there could be a scramble to get these town coins, and you really don't need many town coins to really shift the price. Now, I would recommend OKX as the place to buy Towncoin. There's a link in the description. If you've not got an OKX account, use my affiliate link. That will get you a bit of a bonus as well by doing that. Load some money into your OKX account and you can trade USD Tether to Town. And so I'm going to try and pick up some now. I'm going to stop this video, but I'm going to try and pick up a fair quantity of Towncoin, and I'm going to try and get those at 4 cents or less. It is a very liquid market. You don't need to be putting in particularly big orders, and you can see the price shifting quite rapidly. There is a depth chart here as well, which is quite interesting to see. You can see there's a lot of buying interest here on the left-hand side in green compared to the selling interest. Again, matches my theory here that I think most of the sellers have gone, and if there's no sellers left, and you know there's no reason really to sell Towncoin anymore, and you can't, this is one thing I forgot to say earlier in the video, it's actually very difficult to get decent quantities of Towncoin now. Even with all the NFTs that I've got, it's still far more difficult to get those Towncoins. So there is far less selling pressure on Town. So there's a good strong possibility that we could see a big uplift from here. Again, not investment advice. I hope you found this video useful and interesting. Do subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos. I'm very much into high investment returns, and I've got plenty of videos on there, but do subscribe so you can keep up to date with other videos I produce as well. And I'll see you on the next video. Do pass any comments as well. I always enjoy reading those, and I will answer if I can. Thanks for watching.